John, we saw that Tack was back. How good is it to have him back amongst the guys?
Oh, it's awesome. He came in, with me in this whole free agency class, so it's good to have our team back strong, and hopefully, whatever he's dealing with is done, we can get to work. But it's good to have him out here.
Had a chance to talk to him?
Not yet.
Okay. Plan to?
Yeah, of course.
Gotcha.
Does it kind of give the D any kind of lift seeing him come back, knowing that you guys are kind of on him to play a big role?
Oh, absolutely. Not just, him. I think, just from a number standpoint, the rosters are getting cut. Guys are dropping, injuries come and go. So just having numbers and him, that spark, his game speaks for itself. He's a high motor guy, so it's definitely good to have him back out here with us.
John, Sean McVay wouldn't play regulars at all in the preseason. Did it turn out to be the right way to do it, do you think?
I think it's more than one way to skin a cat, but, that way it showed to work, just resting the starters. But I think you have to have, a level of preparation, and you got to trust that your guys are ready to play. You can't really simulate a game in any type of, even preseason, you can't really simulate it. But, I think it's more than one way to get ready for a season, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
So were his practices as hard as what you're getting here?
Yeah, pretty much. We made sure we got our work done, made sure we were at a level where we were ready to go on game day.
John, we talked a lot about all the new faces on defense, and obviously you're one of them. Has it been frustrating at all to not have the full unit for a lot of training camp, just with guys in and out with injuries?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say frustrating, but, that's the name of the game in the league. Injuries are going to happen every year. Big name guys, special team guys, it happens. You just got to trust that the backups are ready to go and go out there and compete every day and push each other to be better than, whoever's out there on game day will be ready.
And with Grant specifically, do you feel him getting discouraged at all? Because obviously he missed last year and then has been in and out with that hamstring recently.
I don't think so. He's a strong guy. He's a strong-minded guy, and I personally, I feel bad for him, but he comes to work every day and works hard at what he does, whether it's rehab or whether it's on the field. So I don't think it's discouraging, but I would love to see him out there on the field. Absolutely.
So the whole defense is in front of you when you line up and out here at practice, and symbolically, what do you see out there that your defense needs to correct before Kansas City?
I just say discipline, just really locking in and doing your job each and every play. I think that's the hardest thing in the NFL. The margin for error is so small. So I don't think it's a skill thing. I don't think it's a talent thing. I don't think it's an effort thing. I think it's just locking in, being disciplined each and every play. It might just be a small read that you got to make 100% of the time to be successful. So once we get to that level of discipline, I think we'll be just fine.
You would think that would get easier repetition-wise, but
it actually gets harder.
This weather, I mean, is that interfering with discipline? Just the monotony?
Exactly. Perfect word. I think it gets monotonous. You kind of go through the motions, and then, boom, that play, it goes for 50 and it's a touchdown. So on defense, you can't really do that, especially in the secondary room.
John, we talk all the time about the defense gel, all the new faces, and time for the opener in Kansas City. With the injuries, I know you touched on it a minute ago, but is that realistic, or do you think it's more realistic that you guys are going to have to really gel in season, early season?
I think, we can do all that we can to be ready for week one, but I also do think, it constantly gets better as the season goes. You learn more about each other. You install new schemes depending on the week that you're playing. So I think getting to week one with whoever it may be out there, it'll be a challenge. But I think, being a professional, you got to be able to do that. But as the season goes on, we'll definitely be a lot. Week 15 will be completely different from week one.
John, you were obviously with a different team when the Browns played Kansas City last year, but have you looked at that tape of that playoff game?
I actually did. When I first signed and I got my iPad, that's the first thing that I looked at, that game. I just wanted to see, what went wrong. And it was a close game, so it's not like, we were far off. And there's just a few more things. Like I said, those discipline plays, they can really hurt you in the end. So.
Was that the only time?
Yeah, pretty much. I've seen clips pop up here and there when we were going over, install and stuff, but I really watched that start to finish when I first got my iPad.
John, when we kind of see you guys out there on defense, it seems like you're talking the whole time, calling stuff out, kind of directing traffic. Have you always been like that? Did you need to learn to do that?
I think I've always been that way. And I think, at Boston College, I went in as a corner, and I felt the need to make calls and make sure the safety was aligned correctly. So then when I moved to safety, it was easy. So I think, just being – I like talking out. I don't even wear a mouthpiece because I like talking so much. So I think it's just been that way for a long time.
Some guys struggle with that part of the game. I mean, what makes a great communicator on the field?
I think, just wanting to see everybody succeed. if I know a guy is misaligned and he might not do his job that play, I don't want to see him go down like that, and I don't want to see the team go down that way. So I just want to make sure everybody's comfortable, everybody's aligned in the right place, and have fun with it. You know, I think me talking helps other guys talk. So I think, you know, just going out there having fun with it has always been my thing.
Did you talk a lot when you were little, or is this just a sports thing?
Any home video, I'm grabbing the camera. I'm the center of attention, trying to be seen. So I think it's been long before football.
Hey, no disrespect to the NFC, but it feels like the AFC, the top of it is stacked. Do you see it that way?
I do. Just, you know, you got some big-time contenders, you know, even just in this division alone. Then, you know, you look at Buffalo, you look at Kansas City. You know, you never know who else in that division with Kansas City. Chargers can come alive. Denver can come alive. So I think it's, like you said, it is pretty competitive, and it's a different game, I think.
I was going to ask you that. Is there a big difference between the two conferences?
I don't know about conferences, but definitely divisions.
Gotcha.
This division, big boy pads. I don't think I've seen a fullback in my life. So now, I mean, I think San Fran, they have, you know, one or two, but I'm not used to the tight ends. I'm not used to the fullbacks. It's all wide receivers passing. So it's a little different, but this is like real pro football.
So when you watched the Kansas City game and you were signed with the Browns, when Chad Henne was pulling off that third down scramble, did you feel what Cleveland fans were feeling?
Yeah, I did. You know, that's it's a backbreaker. You know, that's just a dagger. You know, but hopefully we can fix those things and get it done.
John, you have a scouting report on Richard LeCounte now that you've been with him for a little bit?
Oh man, we live in the same building, so I'm kind of like, that's like my running mate. You know, I've been trying to make sure he's doing the right thing. You know, being a pro. I know his college career was a little rocky. He had a little accident, stuff like that. So I just want to make sure he's on the right path. But he's done nothing but get better since he's been here, and I hope he continues to do that.
So we've seen him with a couple interceptions, obviously.
Right.
Is that just a natural instinct that he has for the game, or how do you kind of explain that hot start?
I think so. I think it's just natural. He's a guy that, you know, he's going to do it 100% full speed. He may not be in the right place, but he's going to do it full speed. And when you do that, you're in the right place at the right time. And like you've seen, it was before the half and at the end of the game, tips and overthrows, opportunistic. So I think it is just really just instinct.
But do you think that nose for the ball is, I mean, not a whole lot of guys seem to have that. So does that part of his game seem a little unique, I guess?
I mean, I think so. Like, you can see it out here on the practice field. He makes plays that, you know, a rookie probably, you know, shouldn't make. So I think it is just him growing up playing football, loving the game, and just seeing stuff before it happens. So it's definitely a characteristic that you want at the safety position.
Last couple more for John. Last question about the Kansas City game. Bear with me.
Gotcha.
After the scramble, then there's the fourth down conversion to Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the back row.
Is that do you consider that unstoppable? Is there such a thing as unstoppable play?
No, that wasn't an unstoppable play. It was, you know, what's the word? The odds were stacked against us, but it was kind of like a tough play to stop. But it's definitely stoppable, and I think that type of play, you just got to see it coming. You know, when Tyreek goes in motion and he's in a position where he can beat you to the flat, especially that down and distance, I think that's just something you got to, like, alert the whole defense before it happens.
Which is what you would probably do back there.
Of course.
I got another rookie question for you. Greg Newsome, what stood out to you the most over these 2 games and 3 weeks of training camp?
I think, you know, just competing at a high level. I remember that first preseason game against Jacksonville, he's like lined up with Marvin Jones. Like, he's no slouch in this league. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's competing with the guy. I mean, limiting him to catch tackles and really just making plays on the ball. So I'm like, okay, he's going to go out there. He's feisty. He's going to compete. But I think just his technique is, you know, you tell him to line up like this, step here, punch here. He's going to do exactly what you tell him to do every single time. So that's a real credit to a rookie coming in, you know, for his first couple days in the league.
I got another Kansas City question.
Okay.
You obviously weren't here for that game, but
Right.
do you sense like the excitement in here to play those guys again?
Oh, definitely. That's the last one from last year. It's gonna be the first one from this year. So it's definitely a little. It's a vindictive vibe. You know, definitely want to get back at those guys. But you know, I always want to win the opener, regardless of who it is. So that's what we got to go out there and do.